Well, Steve, our pre-season ends with a 0-0 draw here in Frankfurt. How do you assess that performance?
Yeah, decent enough to be fair. I think it was obviously a tough opponent, and a big stadium, and it felt like a tough away game, even though it was pre-season. I thought, apart from the mistakes we made in terms of giving some chances to them, where I've got to say George Shelby was brilliant all day. I thought we defended quite well in terms of our shape and our pressing style. Should have done a bit better with the ball in the first half for sure. And when we did, we created some good moments. And then in the second half, I thought we did do a bit better with the ball. Not exactly where we want to be, and we've still got to continue to go forward. But we managed to get some decent efforts and get some decent positions, disallowed goal, etc., etc. So yeah, I mean, it's a small step in the right direction, as I said, but it's also a situation where we know it's going to get so much tougher going from next week, and we've got to make sure we're up to the task week in, week out.
I was going to say, it's a pretty solid display, and then we look to have won it with Scott's header. Do you think the second half was better than the first?
I think so, yeah, for sure. I think in terms of the territory that we had and some of the movement patterns with the ball, I thought we were, and we challenged the boys sort of half time to be that team, and we're still not exactly where we wanted to be, but we got to keep going.
Good to see Brennan get some minutes in his legs before the season starts as well. How do you think he did today?
Yeah, he's come back really strong. Obviously, really committed to his rehab, and he's a fit lad anyway, so we didn't need loads of precaution going into his first game, and for him to go, I think he was up to 70 minutes, I think more or less, is a real bonus, and he would have liked more of the ball, of course, and we would like to get him in more threatening positions, but the game for him was more about being back on the pitch and getting the minutes and feeling the contact and getting the sort of the tactical plans and whatever a game gives you. That was what was important for Brennan, but overall it was just great to have him back.
And finally, Steve, how do you sum up our pre-season campaign up until this point? Obviously, we play Arsenal a week today. How do you feel it's been?
Well, however good a pre-season goes, you always want more. I think we've done a bit of everything, to be fair. I think there's been some bits where we've been below standard. I think there's bits where we look like we're heading in the right direction. But you never really tell until the season starts. So we've got to keep building. We know that we want to bring players in. We need to bring players in. We know that. I talked at the end of last season when we managed to stay in the league about how we need to grow and keep building. And obviously that starts with the team and the squad. So we still got work to do in terms of strengthening the squad. And I'm really hopeful that can happen. I think it needs to happen. And then we can start seeing when the league games start where we really are. So. But the attitude for the players has been excellent, apart from the other night at St George's Park. Didn't like that in any way, shape or form, and I think it's important that I mention that because I know there was no media after the game. But on the whole, the attitude's been good. They've dealt with what I've asked with them well, even when we've stressed the players during games and put them in games when they're tired and things like that. They've got their head down and worked hard, but we know in the end it's about performing in the league, and that's when it really starts. So yeah, like I said, today was good. Really grateful to the supporters that came here, made an amazing noise, even right until the end there, and hope they've had a good weekend.